Hi everyone, Jason here. Just wanted to give out a quick little thank you video for everyone who helped me with my Extra Life donations this year. I wanted to run through the games that I've played like I do every year. I felt that, we got a little bit of a different variety of games this year, and I feel that it was definitely something different. I really enjoyed having some time to play games, and having some friends over is actually a really nice thing that I really enjoyed doing. And definitely going to make sure I do that again next year. So basically, I just want to start with the game list, and then we'll go on to the Extra Life, how the fundraising went. So the first day, I played two games, and the first one was called Bendy and the Ink Machine, which is a really neat independent game made by a couple of people who actually expanded their studio pretty quickly when it became a runaway hit. About a person trying to bring cartoons to life. Looks beautiful and really neat, and I'm really, it's really nice to see a couple of indie developers like really jump on, as popular as it was. Another game I played was called Armacrog, which is an entire game made out of clay. It's a spiritual successor to another game that came out called The Neverhood. I don't know if you remember that one. But this one, it was a little hard to understand. It's a point and click adventure, but I enjoyed it. I figure I might play a little bit more of it later on. On the second day, we had some friends over the course of the day, and so we actually had some people help us out with playing games while, I took a quick break. So we started off with a game called Little Nightmares, which I'm calling our little hidden gem of this year. Just because visually it looked really fascinating. It has an incredibly creepy vibe going for it. It felt really good. It controlled well. It was, if you haven't tried it, I'd say definitely give it a shot. It's definitely worth your time if you like that kind of game. While we were deciding other games to play, we ended up going through a couple, including one called Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is a rhythm action roguelike game. And because I've been playing this game for about 250 hours so far, I've continued to play a little bit of Oxygen Not Included. And then my friend Kevin took over for a little while and played Bioshock Infinite for a little while as well. What Kevin did was kind of amazing on it, so I'd really like to keep going with that one. We went through a couple of smaller games, one called I Get This Call Every Day, which is a little bit of an autobiographical game from a person who was working at a government job. And while we were waiting for some people to show up at night, we played Neon Drive, which is a 3D rhythm action driving game. I played a little Plastoland, which is sort of a more plasticine type game of Lemmings, and Tumbleseed, which really made a big debut on the Switch when it came out, but on the PC it was kind of unusual. A little hard to play, but I enjoyed it. And then we finished off the night with playing about 3 or 4 hours worth of a game from 1995 called Phantasmagoria. Now this is an old game that came out when CD-ROMs were the big thing, and this one, the big selling point was that it was on 7 CDs. It had a lot of full motion video, it had a pre-rendered house, it was really ambitious for its time, and as you can tell with the name, it was kind of gory, a little horror based, but it was cheesy, and having people over to play it with me as well as, making commentary, kind of MST3K'ing it at the same time was really fun. And I definitely want to do that again next year. I've got to thank everyone who donated and gave me their support for Extra Life this year. I really pushed myself to up my game with the goal. I had seen one of my good friends has been raising money through Movember every year, and I noticed that he has been raising a lot of money, and so I said, you know what, I've been doing $500 every year, why don't I try for $1,000? And I did hit $1,000. I got a little, I'm still at a loss for words for it, but the total amount of money that I raised was $1,150. And now technically the donations page is still open until the end of the year, so if you did miss your chance, you still can donate. I almost got into the 1,000th, tier level of, who was donating. Not that it's a competition, obviously, but you know what, to be saying that I'm very close to the top 1,000 contributors to Extra Life, I'm very very humbled by that, and I really want to keep doing it next year. Obviously, I will. I've got some ideas already for next year of what I want to do. And then I also just have to thank a couple of people. Of course, I need to thank my family and my friends. Thank a big shout out to Stacy for her very generous $250 donation. That one put me over last year's donation when I thought, $630. I didn't know if I was going to hit that. That put me over that, and I was just really impressed. So I'm really thankful for that. Everything, all of this is for the kids. It's all for charity. It's all for hospitals for kids, and I cannot put into words just how thankful I am for your generosity. There was a saying that I remember hearing a long time ago when these kind of charities started funding, when they started, gaming charities, and they said, gamers were freaks, and the thing is that, yeah, we're freaks. We have abnormally large hearts. I think that basically that says a lot about people, about gamers in general. So I think that from the bottom of my heart, which is abnormally large, thank you so much. $1,150. It's incredible. I thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your year. Enjoy your holidays. Like I said, again, you can donate it to the bottom of the page if you want. If you already have, if you haven't, you can. If you have already, that's great. Thank you so much. And again, we'll see you next year for Extra Life. I'm starting to tremble. Bye.